Hello. You guys hear me? Hello, hello. Oh my god, I didn't know what I was doing. That's why I'm late. Hello, hello, hello everyone. How many people are in here? Wow. Almost 70 people. How are you guys doing? Excuse my messy bed in the background. Yes, everyone hit like. Spiritual Sean, am I ready for you guys? I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Hello, Cape Mimi from Cape Cod. Thank you, Julie. Julie B. I'm doing good, Happy. I'm not really nervous. Well, I was born ready. Yeah. Thank you, Sean. Kat, New York City, you're like very close to me. I am having a good weekend. Thank you, Greenie. IGC boy from Cali. What do we want our intention to be here for this live? What do you guys think? Thank you, Linda. Wow, from Australia, Pat, all the way from Melbourne. Ocean City, Jason. Hello. Candy, what part of Jersey are you from? Empowerment. Okay. Positive energy. To feel more connected with each other and source. Okay, I like that. Frank, formerly in New York, now in Florida. I will pray for you. Long Beach, Julie. Thank you, Karen. I really did like channeling yesterday too with Edgar. Our intention for your first live. Empowering and connecting with source. Okay, I keep saying that. Edgar is giving spiritual shine. All of it. Peace from Virginia. Antonio, Tig, and Stephanie. Happy Hermit. Finishing the work of our ancestors. Okay. Giggly Aaron. Hello from Indiana. I do recognize a lot of your usernames. Jersey Jan. I should travel there. He is my spirit guide. Hello, little Miss Michelle. Wow, Oregon. Chris. Do you guys want to start off with a guided meditation? Or do you just want to jump right in? It's your choice. Give me a 1 if you want the meditation. Give me a 2 if you want to just jump right in. Okay. Lots of 1s and 2s, actually. It seems pretty even. Meditation first, please. Okay. Thank you, Malta Martin. Lots of 1s. I think the 2s might be winning out. All right, why don't we do this? What I want you guys to do, I want you to take the next 5 or 10 seconds and I want you to look inward, okay? And down in the chat, I want you to identify your most prominent emotion you feel, okay? Calmness, frazzled, anxiety, calm, okay? Frustration, grateful, tired, calmness, anxiety, okay? Joy, grateful, good one. Tenderness, deflated, sad, impatient, righteous rage, calm and joy. Lots of calms, lots of anxieties, happiness. Anxious? Nice. Present. Oh, we could do emojis too. That's a good idea, Coffee. Calm with a dash of vigilance, maybe. Okay. Hyper awareness. I feel very calm today. I feel very calm. Yes, I'm on. Welcome. What do you want me to share? Coffee. Yes, Julie, it has been a roller coaster. It's nice to see you, or at least read you. Busy Bake. My chill coffee. You want to know about my chill? You guys want to know about my chill? Thank you, Lost Land. Little Miss Michelle, I'm glad you're hopeful. Thank you, Christy. Good one, Sean. That's a good thing to visualize. Thank you, Faye. Can you guys hear me? Thank you, Bodhi. Bodhi. Okay. So what about my chill? What is it? What do you mean? You guys want me to pull some cards? Oh. Yeah, that's the spiritual Sean. That is what I'm known for, my calmness. Thank you, Angie. Thank you so much. How does July look? Well, I was going to do a full reading on Monday, but I can pull a couple. I'll pull 2 or 3 cards for July. Wow, Mrs. Blabarina. Okay. Misinformation is alive and well out there. Scooter passed away, Range Rover, last month, and I miss him. Yes, please hit like. He was very sweet. All right, one card fell out. Oh, that's okay. Me too, Giggly Aaron. Yeah, Range. He was very sick. He had gotten really sick. Are there trolls? I haven't seen any yet. I'm really new to this, so. Welcome, Laura. Okay. All right, so you want to see you guys ready? Thank you guys. Where's my sister? She's in her room. Good to see you, Daniel. Okay, Nicholas. Thank you, Phoebe. You know what? I'll save it. I'll save it for the end. If you guys still want to do the guided meditation, we can do it at the end. Okay? Thank you, Sophie. All right, you guys want to see the cards? Thank you. All right, so I'm going to show you guys the cards. This is not super in-depth, okay? But I'll show you what I pulled for the month of July. I only pulled 4 cards, okay? 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, always the Pentacles, 4 of Wands, Page of Wands. I'm going to throw some words out, okay? Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. All right, Dougie. Welcome. Right, Aaron. 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so I also pulled the 7 of Swords in reverse. So Next month, again, guys, I'll do the more in depth, but I'm going to say that next month has a lot to do with a lack of cooperation. Okay. Um, for next month, the Five of Pentacles is not the greatest card to have because it's a lack of something. But also the energy doesn't feel terrible. There's going to be a lot happening next month. I could tell you that. But it feels like a lot of the structure that we kind of. Yes, I'm doing a live. Yes, getting caught, Aaron. Sneaky things being found out. So I feel like it's more of, Three of Pentacles, sometimes it represents doing things behind the scenes or in the dark or, collaborating on or experimenting on something. Thank you, Coffee. And I pulled the Seven of Swords as a clarifier for the Five of Pentacles. So, yeah, what I was saying is it could be, to me, I feel that it's like the structures that are trying to be built here or plans or some sort of foundation is not going to work. Okay, it's sort of very limited or falling apart, or it feels. I'm not reading in depth, so I'm not sure if it's chaos, but it feels very much not together energetically. Okay, but then you have the Four of Wands and the Page of Wands. Again, this is just generally speaking, okay? I just like the fives too, Sean. They're real, they kill a vibe, In a general sense, with the Four of Wands and the Page of Wands, yeah, see, look, five of Wands. Look, five, Sean. Fives are a card of conflict. But again, Five of Wands also represents exposure. Okay. So things coming out from the darkness, people being exposed perhaps for doing things they shouldn't be doing. But it could also represent, thank you, Heidi. It could also represent it honestly feels like a lot of friction. Let me be more specific in my question. Thank you, Pamela. Clown house crumbles. Seriously. I like the pages too, Sean. There's something I'm asking about us, the collective, okay? Wow, thank you. Pamela. The world, the night of... Yeah, it's about, guys, next month is going to be about, there's going to be some lessons. It's going to be about secrets possibly coming out. Okay. For the collective, I have the Knight of Wands, the High Priestess, Knight of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Welcome, Krista. I will pretend too, Mega Karen. I'll pretend. Yes, Anne, they will. Yeah. Thank you, Deb. If it feels like, talking about us, it feels like a resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like, look at this. So we have the Knight of Wands and the High Priestess here. These are our cards, okay? And then we have, like I always say, the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. Comes up, these 4 cards in particular always comes up in the collective energy. And what I do want to say was most important here, next month might be chaotic. I will say that. There may be some chaos coming in July. A lot of friction, a lot of but I think our response to it will be slow and steady. Structures falling apart. Are the protests on July 4th going to be impactful? Like, will it move the needle? That's a good question, Sean. Maybe that's the resistance that I see. Even though the Five of Wands is a card of conflict, friction, exposure. The Knight of Pentacles, we don't have time for. The Knight of Pentacles is, I think, something we need. We need to be grounded. We need focus. It will get worse before it gets better. It does get better though. It's gonna be. It feels like chaos, and it feels like our resistance to it. There's gonna be a feeling of loss or a feeling of structures falling apart. Now, what structures? I'm not sure. Is it something that administration is, trying to plan and build? Is it our structures that will continue to fall? Let's look at the question regarding the protests on July 4th. Will it be impactful? Can you show me? Harriet Tubman, Phoebe. Am I still vibing with her view? Yeah. GC boy, I'll answer you, okay? Let's look at the protests. Harriet Tubman, when I channeled her, she always said it will be the people who will be the ones. Protests will be impactful. Protests are always impactful. That was upside down. Wow. Six of Swords. This is about the protests. Do you see? Hey, Kim. Good to see. Hello. That's right, Anne. Five of Wands. Same energy. Page of Wands. Eight of Cups. Magician in reverse. Magician in reverse. Ace of Swords. Again, they will try to manipulate. You know, the Ace of Swords is about communication. It has a lot to do with sharing information. It could be news reports. It could be podcasts, you know. They're going to, like they always do, they're going to, you know, make the protests seem like that energy is there. You know? So they may try to manipulate what the intentions of a protest is. Let me get a clarifier for that. Magician. Yes, they have L. Yep. They have been successful in marketing with propaganda. Thank you. Despite all of that, these four cards, yeah, look, Ten of Swords for a clarifier. Sort of the ends of the manipulation, you know? Despite the continued manipulation and with the news and the media and, you know, the misinformation on how the intentions of these protests, it's still exposing the very real problems. It's still the protests, the people. It's like each moment a protest or event or situation, it pulls us closer. You know, we're transitioning. No matter how long it takes, it's still happening. And it's about healing. It's about moving forward despite uncertainty. This is literally protesting. People trying to build a structure in the card on the left. And the person throwing a wand on the right with the Page of Wands. Who is that? John Thune. The protest will make an impact, a big one. Oh. Y'all want me to look at his energy for the Republicans? Yes, Mega Karen, that is what yes. The protest will make an impact, and despite the propaganda, the intention to try to dismantle it, it will people will move forward despite that with the Page of Wands. And the Five of Wands is, it could be an attempt to expose, call people criminals and call them rioters, you know. But the Eight of Cups is there, and the Six of Swords is there. It starts off with the Six of Swords. Yes, Lynn. What's his name again? Let me scroll up. Okay. John Thune, that's his name? Okay. Let's see. I'll read his energy. Why not? We got time, right? Okay. What do y'all want to know exactly? His energy? Well, here you go. Seven of Swords. All these cards came up. Okay. Seven of Swords. They came out. They jumped out of my hands. Ten of Wands. Justice. Knight of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. Four of Pentacles. What do y'all want to know? Because those are two very different situations, Mood. What do y'all want to know about John Thune and the cards that I just pulled? Thank you, Gypsy Flame. Hmm. Yeah, Spiritual Sean. Okay, what is he thinking about all of this? Well, um, hmm. Despite some misgivings, despite feeling as though um, there's a feeling of being trapped in an otherwise uncomfortable situation, a burdensome situation, he is still willing to continue on with this for some reason, because you have the Seven of Swords is the first card that came out as I asked the question, and you have the Ten of Wands. Um, but I know we have a Justice here, which is the major card out of all of these. But this card is what's most important to me. This is the most important message, right? Because this is the um, everyday sort of minutia things he has to deal with. And so why this is important to me, because he doesn't want to let go of his power despite it, despite the energy of feeling trapped, or the Justice card here in between the Ten of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles sort of shows me he recognizes there's like an imbalance, or he recognizes there's some difficulties here, and he feels like almost like oh, my hands are tied, or I can't move forward, can't move backwards, can't say anything, you know, because he can't, you don't want to give up that power. When will the dim stop talking? That's a good question. No, he won't. He won't rat Trump out. This man, John, knows what's happening is wrong. He's not doing a lot. It feels like he's just sort of, he's throwing his hands up and saying, my hands are tied. He got into this because he went along with this. He went along with letting Trump do what he does, party over country. He, and the energy doesn't feel demonic, but it feels like he just is just like, well, my hands are tied, but it's about power. But he's sort of like looking over his shoulder. I could feel in his energy like, oh, this is this is bad, but I'm not gonna, because you guys get what I'm saying? He knows it's not good. I can see it. The Justice card showed up there because he knows things are very out of balance. But the Four of Pentacles denotes that he doesn't want to give up the power either. He's not willing to release it, despite looking over his shoulder, despite knowing like, oh, this is going to come back on us. But right now, my hands are tied. Okay. I don't feel sorry for that kind of. Will things get worse? Things always get worse before they get better. No. Will the big, beautiful bill pass? Spiritual Sean, is that what you're asking? Elon will not rat out Donald Trump. Stock tips, Kathy? I don't know if I'm not well versed in the stock market, so I don't know if I could do that. That bill is a terrible thing that will affect a lot of people, and at the same time dismantle a lot of them. A lot of their constituents will turn on them. Okay, I'm going to look at it. See, I'm asking if it'll pass. See what Spirit is saying. Judgments. All right, we got judgment. This is if they will pass the bill. Okay, we got the Chariot. Oh, Page of Swords. Seven of Swords. High Priestess. Yes, it will pass, but there'll be a lot of concessions. It feels very dissatisfying for the Republicans. Hello, Clarence. Yes, he's safe, Mega Karen. He is. Mm-hmm. He's special, Zodon. What is Obama or Bush thinking? The bill. Did you guys hear my answer about the bill? There'll be a lot of mega edits in this bill, though. They won't be satisfied with it. There'll be a lot of concessions because there's things in it that people are looking at and they're saying no. You guys want me to read on him? Donnie? I feel compelled to. I can do that. Is he a good guy? You know, when Eric Adams was running for mayor, I knew he was not good. I'm from New York. I told my sisters, don't vote for him. Don't. He's not good. Yeah, there'll be a lot of concessions. Yes, Julie. It's such a fraud. All right. Let's see. Donnie. Give me his. Who is he? Give me his vibes. Is he genuine? Yeah. Okay. Very nice. He people are afraid of change. They don't trust it. They're coming for him, Clarence, because he is much like Kamala. They don't want change. You know, he is much different. He's not a he's what a politician is supposed to be. He's very young and he genuinely cares. All right. Four pentacles, the star. Five of pentacles. Moon is a clarifier. Okay. Two of pentacles. Seven of pentacles. All the pentacles. Page of wands. This is what they're afraid of, this energy here. Determined, young, focused, different, fiery, willing to take chances, willing to change. He is there's something in his energy where he feels he's unsure if he'll win. He knows he has a lot of work. Right here, these cards here. Four of Pentacles, the moon. Okay, Four of Pentacles, the moon, the star. Five of Pentacles. This is a hidden, these are small, these are minor cards outside of the moon and the star, right? He is uncertain that he will win. He's holding on to faith, though. He's holding on to his inner guidance, his integrity. But this here, this is about, I think this is just his like confidence. Something lost. I don't know. A little shaky on his intuition, There's something there. Nothing nefarious about him, but it's more of like, this is more of an internal, this is something he has to deal with emotionally, But Two of Pentacles, he wants to prioritize helping the city grow. I asked, what is his intention? He wants to get back on track to what the city is supposed to, what is meant to be, what it's supposed to be. And this is the energy they're afraid of. He's gonna win. And it'll be shocking. But everyone's after him. He shakes the table. Yep, That's true, Clarence. Crazy, right? That's sort of where that Five of Pentacles energy comes from. He knows what's important, though. Someone asked about Obama. Y'all want to know what he's thinking? You know what the thing about Obama is people think that he is more center in terms of being progressive, and he's really not. But he had to fall in line a lot. He does not like Trump. I'll do Obama first, and then I'll do Bush. What does he think about what exactly? About what's going on here? This Five of Pentacles keeps coming up, guys. They see how bad it is. Wow. Okay. Wow. Two of Cups. This is Obama. Five of Pentacles. The Empress. Seven of Cups. Seven of Swords. Strength in reverse. Nine of Cups in reverse. Death. He feels a lot of compassion. Yeah. He feels a lot of compassion and empathy for those who are being targeted. The Five of Pentacles is in between the Two of Cups and the Empress. He's doing a lot behind the scenes. Obama. He's doing what he can. He's doing what he can, and it feels like more on an advocacy basis, speaking out, or if he hasn't already, doing speeches, doing outreach. He's doing a lot of that because he sees how terrible he knows that, yeah, this is bad. He's saying this is pretty bad. Okay. And so he's sort of saying here, this energy, it feels like he's saying, okay, well, where do we go as a party? This is about his party. Thank you, Denise. Okay, so he's sort of like, we have to make the right choices. He sees how terrible things absolutely are. And he's like, we have to be discerning. We have to move forward correctly. Okay. And he sees that he is sort of saying to himself, how do we get up off the floor? You know, I don't want to say he's like giving up, but he's the energy here. It feels like he's saying, I don't know. Um, that's what it feels like. The strength card in reverse is about or or he's saying we need to push harder. We need to work harder because the strength card is a gentle card. It's about resilience and persisting and not forcing things, goals to come to you or change. But this is in reverse. And he's saying, look, the Seven of Swords, they are liars. They are, the structure here is very flimsy, that there's no governing. And so we need to push harder. That sounds more right. That sounds more like him. Okay. And the Nine of Cups in reverse. Honestly, he's like, he's working. Now that he's doing work, but not the kind of, work we may think he's doing. He's really doing a lot of, um, it feels like a lot of advocating, giving advice, or, with this here. He's very upset. Okay. And then, but he also sees that this can't sustain itself. This kind of, you know, it can't. It'll end. But he's trying to figure out, how could we get there? What could we do? This is bad. And asking, how did we get here? Y'all want to know about Bush? Okay, real quick. Look what's on the bottom. All right, I have to shuffle more because the same cards came out. Thank you, Mimi. Seven of Swords, same energy. Ace of Wands and Ace of, yeah. Seven of Swords. This is Bush, real quick. Just one, Sean. Four Wands. Three of Pentacles. Everyone will learn a lesson. Now you're jobless. High Priestess. Temperance. Ace of Wands. Ace of Swords. Seven of Wands. Bush is saying, what is going on here? He knows. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. He knows stuff. It's interesting because first of all, he says this is a mess. There's no there's nothing. His foundation is weak. He's just saying this is. There's something with these two cards here. He knows some stuff. He's, there's something happening here at the Three of Pentacles. There's some sort of collaboration. He's doing things behind the scenes. He knows something, some things. He knows some things. Let me get a clarifier for this because I'm not quite. I know what the Temperance card means, but he's saying there needs to be balance brought back. Things have to temper. The Three of Pentacles is a card of action. This card is an expansion and movement. He may know some things that I don't know, though. That would be a good idea. Don't feel useless, Kristen. Some things are out of our control, but that's a great idea if that's possible. That needs to be discussed. Yeah, there's something. Here's a clarifier. Knight of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. Ace of Swords. Seven of Wands. Okay, there's some action here. He's doing something. He's doing less advocating, and he's talking to people. He's Seven of Wands is, asserting yourself, taking action in some way, standing your ground, or, he's communicating here. This is new. This is new, though. I think with Obama, he recognizes this is bad. It's like things could be bad, but there's always some way. This is beyond what they're used to. A lot of Democrats, even Republicans too, they believe, it goes one way, there's a Republican in office, things happen, and then it switches the other way. This is it's beyond that. This is new energy here. He recognizes, we're in the trenches here. you know? So feels like he was just watching and now there's some movement, but it is slow. But there's something focused here that he's, in the energy I could feel. He's like, what can he do? I don't know. What could he do? It's us. That's what I know for sure. We will do the most. What will happen with Rockland? I could reread in that energy. The lawsuit. I really miss any of your videos, but I'm just hearing this good. Thank you, me 3638. Rockland. Oh, that came out. Rockland. Rockland. These are the same cards I pulled before. I remember the cards that came out when I pulled for this a couple of weeks ago. Was it last week or a week before? All right, Nine of Cups, Magician, Page of Swords. Oh. Four of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor. I need a clarifier for the Four of Pentacles. No, we're on the election audit, the lawsuit in Rockland County, New York. I'm reading on that energy and see what's going on there. Thank you, Mary. The Emperor and the Empress, this is... the Emperor and the Empress and the Magician. So the energy is still pretty strong here with this. And it's like it's the tip of something, the beginning of something very strong that will have a long-term impact. Okay. Lots of information obtained, lots of data. Okay. With the Page of Swords here. They are not letting up. The more they look, the more they find. The Emperor, the Empress, and the Magician. Remember, please, it's not nothing. It's something. This is long term. A long term outcome. All this power here. The Empress is about truth. It's about authenticity. Thank you, Gypsy. Thank you, Gypsy Flame. This is the beginning. Yeah, this is the beginning of, that's the beginning of something. What did Kamala and Biden think about at the funeral? I think, man, it's so interesting. Thank you, Barbara. God bless whistleblowers, yes. Kamala, Two of Cups. The World. Knight of Swords. Let me get a... How did she feel? I also pulled Temperance. They fell out. I wanted to get a clarifier for the Knight of Swords. And Queen of Pentacles. Well, she feels great compassion. Obviously, empathy. It almost feels like, you know, she wishes there wasn't division. And she's saying, we've come full circle here. It's the same sort of she wants things to be tempered. She wants peace. Thank you, Misty. Um, it's interesting because it, this is the energy she's in. Yeah, I know my face is showing. This is this temperance is wisdom, calmness. Queen of Pentacles is, grounded energy. Very, serious, practical. And here she's saying, we need to be strategic on how we move forward with the, it feels like the world card here is the major card, which is about long term. And it's almost like she's saying, here we are. This is what she's saying. Here we are. This is what we feared. This is what I feared, and now we're here. We've come full circle back to this. And Biden with the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. I'm going to pull one more. Biden feels more of like, their approach and viewpoints are very different. They're on the almost on the other side of the spectrum, but Biden, her being the vice president, he has learned from her, and he's moved a little bit into the middle here, a little bit. So, oh yeah, it feels like in their energy, he refers to her. All of those, when all of this happened, and all of those readings I did, all that stuff I saw when I would do the channeling, he would refer to, it was out of his hands, but he would refer to her a lot. And I remember distinctly um, him saying we need to do it differently. A lot of people think he blocked her, but he couldn't. It was out of his hands. And the reason why I say that now, because he's just like, it's the devil here. He does defer to her a lot. And he's saying that the devil has a firm grip on the power of this country. Four of Pentacles is you won't let something go, and the devil is here next to it. And his energy, he's saying, we need to do something. We need it, But he doesn't know. He doesn't know what to do. He has no idea. But he's focused on trying to figure it out, despite, his health. working with her changed a lot of his viewpoints. Kamala is very progressive. She's very different. They don't think that, a lot of people, but she's just very good at working well with others, no matter who you are. That's why it appears that she is, but she's really not. And that's what a lot of people inside know. But he doesn't know. He's like, this is bad. What do we do? But he's safe. With the Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups, he's very focused on that. We need to come up with a realistic plan. Truth is the answer. But so is safety, Hello, Suzanne from Denmark. They did make a great team. Progressive thinking is the game. It is the game changer, but the system has to change first before that can work fully. There are a lot of progressive states. There are a lot of I agree, Twig. If Kamala was in office right now, we wouldn't be in this situation, but they would give her a terrible, terrible time. She could handle it. She is nothing to her. She's dealt with probably tougher. So I think if they would, it would be, What else you want to know? Hello, Tracy from Alabama. Really, Dia? I remember my school buses didn't even have seatbelts until I was in high school. True, Lava Lamp. They still don't have seatbelts. I know. I think by the time I got to maybe 8th grade, they started putting seatbelts on school buses. Yeah, they start. What do you want to know about hurricane season? Will the Gulf of Mexico get hit with a hurricane? Oh, goodness, Helen, I hope not. Sure, Angie. I could do that. Well, I'll be out of LA soon. No, GC boy. In terms of the hurricane, it's going to be very warm. And it's going to be extremely hot. This is what my guys told me. And there'll be a few systems. But I'm going to ask another question. Give me a second. Same cards. I just got the same cards again. My guys say look out for, I mean, that is when the hurricane season's the late summer. But it also feels like there'll be a lot of storms in the water, but it won't come on land. That's what one of my guides are saying. They keep saying, oh, it'll miss. There'll be a lot of systems, but not a lot will hit. There will be, I did say what I was told, there'll be a lot of, in addition, human rights violations that will be exposed. Terrible, terrible things. Yeah, they want to make a criminal out of him because he is the what's the word I'm looking for? He's like the wanted poster for what their, cause is. Really give him up. Yeah, they will. They'll take their sweet time though. They will. I remember I said a long time ago when I first read that he'll be let go, he'll come back here, but it'll take time, but they will. Yes, Christine. Hello, Akima Samora. People come here for a better life, or they have no choice. The majority of people who are they're not undocumented, doesn't mean you're here illegal. It just means that you don't have your papers yet, you're in process. There's a lot of misinformation, and I'm doing well. With a 5K payment to women to have babies really become something, and why are they really doing it? Because the birth rate is down. It's incredibly low, Georgia. And they will only be paying a particular type of woman. And no, it won't come. No. No, it will not. I read on that, Patricia. It's in my video that I uploaded yesterday. On more in depth, but um, it's going to be a mess. But a lot of states will put protections in place. They've already been preparing for this. A laughable giggly errand. Ridiculous. Yeah, it's not. That's not going to work. More and more people are deciding not to have children. Hey, Dina Johnson. Angie, you know why they can't start with her. Interesting, right? Amethyst is very powerful. Clear quartz, powerful. Any other questions? Will Kamala still challenge the election results? I know the answer, but I'm gonna pull first. I'm gonna use a different deck. Well, I'll use this deck. Hello, Jose. You're welcome, Angie. Thank you for your support. Thank you, Mermaid. Will she still challenge the election? The Moon, Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. No. No. Because no is not a bad answer, okay? First of all. Because, like I said before, she's doing her part. I also pulled Two of Pentacles, okay? Six of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. The question was, will she still challenge the election? She doesn't have to. That's what she knows. Partway, she's just sort of doing her part, but just watching also. It doesn't matter if it was certified. We're in the trenches, Ariana. We are past anything that's normal. We are in we're on fire. The hottest. The windows are closed, the doors are closed. We are suffocating. But what I was saying is what I understand is it will be a situation where they would have to come to her. Okay? So that's why she won't. It really does. You know what my sister calls that? Her truth, their true form. When they age that way, or when they, because you don't live your life right. Someone asked me to put the link to her. I'll put the link there. Someone asked me for the link to her store. I want to do it before I forget. Here we go. Thank you, Julie. You're welcome, Angie. Thank you, Frank. She's very, very talented. And she just, she'll just be like, oh, I want to get into this. And she's just so good at it. Anything. Artistic. Do I know my past lives' names? I don't, but I do. I don't know their names. I don't know if they, what their genders, if they have genders, But I know I have a sense of like time periods I was alive. One person did tell me that one of my past lives, I don't know their name, but was a Roman soldier. I'm pretty sure I was in one of my past lives was in World War II. I have a very strong affinity towards anything concerning that time period and that moment. It is helpful to talk about what's going on. Any other questions? You're welcome, Angie. Thank you. I'll let her know. Thank you, Toddy Ann. If y'all want me to answer a personal question that you're willing to share, I'll give you a quick answer. A yes, no, and a blurb as to why. I'll choose 5 people. You always say my name is Ashley. Thank you, Julietta. Thank you for your support. Mm-hmm. Yes, Trisha. Same. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Taurus. Should I stay in Canada? Okay. Trishiana, should I stay in Canada or move with family? Should you stay in Canada? Should you move with family? You got some plans in Canada? You should stay there. You got some stuff coming to you there, and you need the emotional stability and peace. Trust your intuition. You know the answer. Thank you, Lucas. You have some things there. Should you retire or work longer? Should Ariana retire? Clear the center. Should she work longer? Ariana, you something about, do you work? You overwork? Do you do too much work? You may have to build something else for yourself. You may retire or move some, it's like you have to transition somewhere else. Maybe a different sort of work. I feel like you're stressed, Ariana. You have to shift your focus into, it doesn't have to be work, You have to shift. You have to nourish something else. So you want to, it's like elevation. You want to elevate, you feel it that you want to do that. Maybe not the same work. I hope I'm making sense. Giggly Aaron. Let's see. Ariana, you need to do the kind of work that nourishes you. You need to do the kind of work. You've worked hard. So if you retire, you'll be okay. You need to do the kind of work that nourishes you in a different way. For the long term. It's time to expand. Okay, Giggly Aaron. I got the same card. Let's see here. Is it emotional? And you've gone to the doctor for this, Aaron? I think it is spiritual. This is the first card that came out. If you've been diagnosed, I'm sure, but these are the cards that came out. It could be, yeah, I think it is spiritual, but make sure, if you haven't gone to the doctor, I'm sure you have, but okay. Thank you, GC Boy. Thank you, Canadian Chick. Okay, Happy Hermit. I see your question, Michelle. Happy Hermit. Happy Hermit. She's gonna learn a lot of. She has to have consequences. I'm gonna say yes to your answer, but only because of consequences she may have. Okay. She'll have to lose some things before. She'll have to lose some things. You know, she'll have to lose before she stops. One of the consequences could be isolation. I see you're there for her. The Empress is there. You're there for her, but she won't stop on her own. Michelle, about your niece. Your niece will make her way back. Yeah. Okay, lava lamp. Yeah, Michelle, she'll come back. 10 of Cups. Lava lamp dancers, yes. You'll need them. Yeah, you'll be happier, actually. You'll be happier. Yep, you'll be happier, lava lamp. Don't put out anything, Georgia. They're there for your protection. Okay, Georgia? Don't keep them away. Nicholas, should you change civil service agencies? Yes. Yes, you should, Nicholas. You should change. But think about it first. If you haven't already. Okay. But definitely also, Georgia, get that reading from Crystalline. So you could go in deeper. But they are there for your protection. Okay. Thank you, Linda. Zhao, I don't know how to say your name, but you want to know about how you're doing. Are you on the right path financially? Yes, you are. You're on the right path. You have many opportunities coming towards you, and it'll be very transformative. Okay, Simply. I'll take 2 more questions, guys, okay? Hmm. Thank you, Friana. Simply, in terms of any of your work contract, it is the best move, but there may be some delays on progress you might be looking for. There'll be progress, though. You have to ensure that it's like you may be looking to move forward and collaborating with someone else. You've been very focused, but there could be delays in finding something. So be very discerning. It's not the worst move, but consider the possibility. There'll be some delay. There could be some delays for you. You might want to consider traveling abroad or work abroad if that's something you've been thinking about. Okay? Simply. Okay, Patricia. Social Security disability approved in the next 3 months. In the next 3 months, it'll be approved, but I'm not sure in the next 3 months. Well, it's a possibility. They may ask for more information from you that it won't be super long, but they may ask for more information that may delay, but not too long. But yeah, you'll be approved, but they're definitely going to ask for something else from you. Okay, Patricia? Thank you, Ariana. Okay, Bree. Oh, in reverse. Yeah, she will. She will, Bree. Your daughter will find. It's a very that the UI UX is very competitive, but it's a growing field. She will definitely. She has a big. She has a lot of opportunities ahead of her. She has to stay focused. She has to um, have confidence. But yes, she might feel a little stagnant now. There may have been some delays, but it's quickly ending. The hangman in reverse, okay? Things will pick up. Bree. Okay, I'm going to do one more. Georgia, that was my sister probably. Spiritual Sean, is your job safe? Okay. Whoa. Yeah, your job is safe, but your job is very safe. Do you like your job, Spiritual Sean? Is your job very important? It's a lot of power and your energy there with your work. You have 3 major cards here. You have the Wheel of Fortune, Death, and the Magician. Your job is very safe, but you might need to do something. I don't know, some change or something needs to happen, or if you're not happy. Thank you, Aki. No problem, Bree. Patricia is very frustrating how slow those things move. You won't have to wait another 9 months though. I can tell you that. Which one is that, Angie? You can email her and she'll make the tray for you. You can add you when you request a tray, you can put in what you want. She does everything customized. She has like pre-made trays, but she makes them. You ask, you tell her what you want and she makes it. P. Navarez, how long has that been happening? Did this start recently? Does this start more than a week? It's the weather. It's the change in weather. That's what I just heard. Spiritual Sean, I don't know if you're thinking of expanding in some way, or you got it. There's some powerful stuff there going on with you. All right. He's been going through. His it's the change in we have longer days. It's summer. I don't know where you are, Navarez, but his rhythm is off. His circadian rhythm, because of the change in light. You're in, okay, yeah. So that if he had, obviously you want to take him to the doctor if it gets worse, but his rhythm is off. Maybe, I don't know if he has like a bedtime routine, try that out. Something relaxing to get his rhythm back. But also, I'm sure if it gets to a point where you need to go to the doctor and figure out, but I think it's his rhythm. We have longer days, and that, the lack of sleep can cause migraines, that sort of thing. What ear is ringing, the left or the right? Well, if your left ear is ringing, make sure you don't have tinnitus, first of all. But if your left ear is ringing, if it only happens when you sit on your bed, left ear is usually your guides warning you of something. Your right ear is your good news is coming to you. Okay. All right, guys. I don't know, Clarence. Amy, you can I would answer your question. You could request a reading if you want. That kind of question, Amy, I would have to go deeper. But this is it, guys. We're wrapping up. I would do the grounding, but it's a little bit longer and I'm a little bit spent. So apologies for those who were looking for that. Next time though. I like this. This wasn't terrible. But thank you for coming. Thank you guys. Thank you for your super chats. For those of you who super chatted me, I'm so grateful. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your night. Okay. Like this video, please. And I will see you guys Monday. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.